Hello, it's Don. So today's planting day. We're going to plant over top. We're doing no-till planting. We're not till the fields, we just plant straight through. And we're going to check out this Kasco no-till planter. I've used it already, it works good. This is a smaller unit, 4 foot, but you know, I don't have a whole lot to do, about 5 acres total, and I'll have this done in a day. But I'd go over some things with this with you, in case you were thinking about it. In general, I'd say it works good. Maybe a little less expensive than some, maybe more than others. Some of the cheaper Harbo Freight ones, I don't know if you get what you pay for there. But let's go. Let's just jump right into it. I'm going to say what I like about it, what I don't like about it, what it does well, what it doesn't. And then you can make up your own mind, but if you're interested in one, here you go. So, to plant your seed depth, here's a little gauge right here, or not your depth, but the size of your seed, or the amount you want to dispense. And there's a lever. Right here's this lever. Just move that back and forth. And if you watch the gauge, that'll give you that. And I don't know if it'll show inside or not, but if you watch them windows, it's all the way open right now, and you can watch them windows just closing up, opening up. So there's how you know, the amount of seed or the size of seed that's going to go through. So that's pretty handy. It works good. And you'd think, boy, that's a lot of flat area in there, them seeds, you know, and there's going to be a lot left. But it's pretty efficient. When you're all done, it's pretty much done. You got a little bit to screw around, but really not. It's got a cover so if you get caught in the rain, like it might rain on me today, at least your seed's not going to get while you're going. So here's my cutting discs. To cut into the ground, you know, for your seed depth, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, whatever your seed depth is, you're just going to adjust your tie bar in or out, and it's going to lean the machine back or forward, and that's going to adjust your depth, how hard them scallops cut in. They're a little more efficient than you think they are. You know, when I was first using it, I was like, boy, I'm not cutting in at all. And so I was running a little aggressive, and you know I was. I'd get over areas like, holy cow, I'm almost tilling the ground, so that didn't work out so good. You just got to play with it a little bit, get it where you want it, and you'll be happy. Here's your seed dispenser tubes. Right now, this is a diverter plate, if you will, for you know, grass seeds. And last fall I was planting winter rye and rye oats and things of that nature, and you just want them over a big area. So that would hit that diverter plate, fall in there, spread out over a large area, and then your culture packer wheels, as it goes over, just packs them in. And you're like, oh, that's not all that efficient, but I'm telling you, it really was. It was. I was quite pleased. It was very efficient. I had a very successful plot with it. I also planted some other things, some peas and some other seeds that required, you know, 1/2 inch depth or whatnot. And here's the downside of this machine. I've already loosened these, but you can see that's wanting to go a little bit. When it's down on the tubes, I got all these loose, I'll do the inside one. When it's down on the tubes, I thought I blew them out. I'll have to blow them out with air again to make sure. You move it down to the tubes. See, that tube is stretched out. It's real nice. It's real happy. You're not going to get any seeds blocked up in there. What I was having to do here, these were folding up on me and just clogging up with seeds. It wasn't working. I mean, just flat out wasn't working. So I didn't have any shorter tubes. I didn't have any way to fix it at the time. I took paint sticks and some old boot laces that I had here, and I tied it up there to hold those straight. And that worked. I got my job done. But what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to get some shorter tubes, some vinyl tube, whatever, just for when I'm running that diverter plate. Now I won't have this problem, because that's you know, you're going out and it just keeps getting worse. Pretty soon you got a big pocket of seed and there's nothing going through. So that's a downside. But it's, I mean, how hard it is going to be to get some vinyl water tube or whatever and put it on there and take care of that. Just have a second set of tubes for when you're running this diverter plate. But it's just this easy. So I got 4 discs on here on this 4-footer. I'm loosening. I already loosened these. These are just little hose clamps that hold it in place. It's a 5/16 or a flat common head screwdriver. And it's just a matter of that'll turn, move it off. I'm gonna blow my air through that again and get all that loose powder out of there. So when I'm done with this thing, I take my air compressor with just a blow gun, and I blow it through all the tubes. I clear all the extra seed out. You don't want anything getting moist and mucky in there and clogging up the works for next time you want to use it. You can adjust how much seed is going out. You know, you put a blanket or a plate underneath there, and when you're rolling this, See your seed coming up. And the chain's moving. And the chain's moving. It's moving the barn here, and it's scooping and dropping seed. So you can put a blanket over whatever, roll your seed out, and read the book. It tells you, you turn it 25 times and weigh the seed, and that tells you how much you're dispensing per acre. For your different seeds, alfalfa, buckwheat, different things. It's telling you your seeding rate, pounds per acre, the amount of drop, where you want to set your setting, 3/16, 7/16, all that, and that's right here on that gauge. And once again, you just pull that lever, and there's your gauge. So that's pretty slick. That's pretty easy. So that's it. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's got some grease fittings, some lubrication points, things to keep up with. Obviously, there's no tires to inflate with air or anything. All in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I bought this thing after COVID, so I paid too much for it, like everything else in this world, but that's what that is. So anyway, I'm going seeding, and if you're thinking about a Kasco planter, I guess I'm pretty happy with it. It did a good job, and like I said, I'm going out today. I'm planting right through what's left of my winter crop. It's just going to cut right through. Now I'm leaving all that biomass on top of the ground. I got a free mulch layer, so when the sun starts drying out things here in the summertime, it's going to keep that moisture in. It's going to keep my soil temperature down. I planted last fall, and it was real dry. I thought, oh boy, this stuff is never going to pop. And because it put it underneath the ground, under that mulch, it grew. It came right up. It grew. It made it through the dry spell and into the winter. I was very pleased. I was very happy. So anyways, once again, there it is. And that's it. That's my Kasco no-till drill review. Have a great day.